There it is. Yeah,
Oh,
you're glued together here, bud. And you're just so jammed right here, bud. Look at that knot. All right. Let's go a little deeper, knuckles. What I've seen is it's not good to continue doing stuff to areas that are injured, right? So whenever I see care focused on that, it makes me pause. I go, what are we doing here, right? My dad, a chiropractor, was injured by that. So it gets personal. I want the most effective tool to achieve my goal, what should be our goal, which is your upper neck is moving, there is no soreness anywhere, there's no gua sha marks anywhere, and there's a curve in your neck and your ears over your shoulder, right? What's the best way to get to that?
I always wondered how this one felt when I see it on the video.
Press back.
Yeah. Oh,
No, you don't have to wonder.
that feels great. I used to have sore spots here and here and also up in here. I mean, just everywhere. I was racked with pain, and it started November of last year.
Okay.
This is not my back pain. This is just the neck, which just onset like last in November. And
Lower neck, upper neck?
oh, everywhere. Like some like right around here.
Okay.
Mostly like back here. I mean, here and here was really, really bad.
On the upper neck there.
Yeah,
on
right
the
below
side.
the base of the skull, up and
Okay.
in here.
Okay.
And this thing got rid of all of that,
Okay.
except there's like a spot like up in here that just kills.
Okay.
And it mostly comes on when I'm sitting for prolonged periods of time. Sitting in an airplane is like not fun at all. Standing for long periods of time as well.
Okay.
The spot, and I can feel it in there if I dig in there.
Yeah.
And you know, I've seen a lot of massage therapists, physical therapists, but nobody really wants to get up in this area.
Well, I'm going to clean you out.
Oh,
I'm worried about anything down the arms. Do you have any numbness or tickling?
Nothing at all. I had a spot here
Uh-huh.
that had been bugging me, real pinpointed spot in here, and I don't know if using this for the 80, 90 days that I did, but it's gone away.
Excellent.
So,
Well, the little fine-tuned things that I'm going to change just based on what I saw in your X-ray. And just,
Okay.
It's more just like chef differences. We're all, even my sister and I, my brother, we all have our little nuances that we have, and even dental placement. You know, what we see is a commonality of lower neck disc injury, and what I see on your X-ray is evidence of your lower neck being older than your upper neck. So you're in your 40s, and your lower neck looks 60. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And your upper neck looks 20.
okay.
And so, how does that happen? You know, our world doesn't even let us know this, first of all, but, you know, I'll show you your X-ray. I took a picture of it, and I'll show you. Make sure
Okay.
you've gone over. But there's bone spurring going on. The bones grow in the same way that some guys lift weights and they abuse their muscles, and the muscles grow, right?
Yeah.
Or if you abuse your skin, you get calluses on your skin.
Yep.
Those are adaptations to stress, right? If you keep stressing out an area, it'll continue to grow. And how do you make a callus go away? We'll stop stressing it. How do you make a muscle shrink? We'll stop abusing it, right? And so how do you stop bone spurring in the lower neck? Well, stop abusing the mechanical part of your neck is bending too much. And part of why, even just looking at your posture briefly here, part of the reason why you won't have arm symptoms, or at least the avoidance of them, will be because your head went forward. And so when their head goes forward, the holes that the nerves go through in our lower neck get larger. And so, you know, it's coming, is what I'm trying to say. The storm, the evidence I'm seeing on the
You can
X-ray
see
is
it
the storm
coming.
is coming, and I don't want to head it off because I'm a healthcare practitioner. How do we stay healthy? And so there's supposed to be a curve in your neck, which is what he already has a dental roll. He's already been laying on it. My thought process, which disagrees with some of the guys that teach CBP, a lot of people with CBP guys do it in the lower neck, and I'm not saying I'm 100% right on everything, but I'm just saying these are my thoughts.
Okay.
I'm not saying this with solid stone, but my worry is that it's hypermobility that ages this to begin with. It's this area not moving that congests this all up, and that's what clogs us up. This causes the headaches and inflammation up here. This gets all tight and jammed, and nobody has surgery up here. All surgery happens down here. So if it's surgery down here because of hypermobility, should we be putting the Denroll in the area of hypermobility? Right? That's my thought process.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying that I'm curious. I'm gonna have you use it where I want it, and we'll compare and contrast.
Okay.
I'm just food for thought here.
Okay.
Now, part of what they're trying to do is they're trying to retract your head back.
Yes.
And so by putting it in the lower neck, you get better retraction of the head than, say, having it in the upper neck. Let me give you my evidence of why I'm saying what I'm saying. Let me pull out your X-ray. And so you can come see this, Carlin. But this is you're looking to our right, and want to bring note to this bone spur.
Yep.
Well, all
Yep.
of this bones, but we actually have a floating called a syndesmophyte.
Known about
They
that.
told you about that?
Yeah.
So this is the most commonly injured disc, the C5 disc. I would, with 99% certainty, this disc is in trouble. You
Okay.
understand that if we took an MRI, we would actually see this disc either bulging a little bit. You understand it's not, or at the very least, it's older than you are. Because if
Yeah.
that bone grew due to abuse. And so if there's bone growing next to this, you can be sure that that disc is being cooked. You understand? It's under a lot of stress. That you actually have all of that right there. That's all. Everything underneath my finger is extra bone.
Yep.
Notice this guy doesn't have any.
Yep.
Very little. That little tiny bit there. That makes sense.
Yep.
But if you draw up a line from that little, that's where it should go.
Okay.
Everything to the right of that is extra bone.
Okay.
Do you
The super
understand?
light area there.
Correct. Yeah. See that little line there? That line there should go up there. All of that, everything to the right is extra bone.
Okay.
You weren't born with
Mm-hmm.
this bone over here.
Gotcha.
We get more normal. Very little here. See again, young,
Old.
starting to get old, starting to get really old. Do you understand? And we're back to young again.
Uh-huh.
Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm just food for thought. I'm just
Okay.
going. I'm not sure if I want to put the dental roll right on the area
Okay.
where
Makes
it's
sense.
hypermobile, which is why the bones grew because of abuse, right?
Right.
When you bend, if we took another picture of you looking down,
Yeah.
right, called flexion extension X-rays, I would posit that most of the pivoting is happening here, meaning this stays immobilized and
Yeah.
all the pivoting, do you understand?
Yep.
Is grinding
Yep.
on that
Right in that
disc.
area.
Use this light up to see it better. This is a 55-year-old lady. I took away her teeth, and all I showed you was that part of her X-ray. I'm saying I'm looking at a 20-year-old, right? There's no bone spurring up there. Get the idea?
Yep. Major stuff going on down.
Right? This is you on steroids. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Where
That's
now
where
we
it
got
could be if I didn't do anything.
right where the discs are now really destroyed, and we got all this extra bone growth. But look how again new, old,
Yeah.
old, new, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I wanted to give you a more extreme version, or maybe 20 years down the road, if we don't
Uh-huh.
stop this, this is where it goes, and then
Right.
oh, that's bad, that's disease. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, but this is the baby steps of getting to a destruction. Now, again, they say this is the medical world says this is a disease process due to wear and tear and aging, and I go, well, how old is that disc?
Right.
And then again, this vertebrae is holding more weight than these guys, so it's not weight either because these two guys look new,
Yep.
right? So it's not weight that causes disc injury, it's hypermobility,
Right.
all right? And so,
Now, any idea what, maybe forward head posture, a lot of that and this kind of motion is
Right.
probably why
Right.
that's happening.
this is the curve, right? That's the whole goal of the
Mhm.
dental roll is to restore the curve in the neck.
Okay.
And then this is
Okay.
this is a 44-year-old lady in this picture. She was 39 when they fused her.
Okay.
Right, that's what they do for the picture I showed you. Now, that lady, I fixed her, we got her upper neck working, and we took the stress off her lower neck, and she doesn't have surgery. My point is that we don't have to, now this is 5 years post-op, see that big bone spur here?
Yep.
That wasn't
Yep.
there when they put that in there, or otherwise they would have added that big bone spur there grew because now she only bends here.
Got you. Yeah.
They changed the pivot point
Okay.
so it doesn't ever end. The physics of your spine is that the upper neck does most of the work. About 60% of your neck is supposed to have, the work is supposed to happen up here.
Okay.
This shouldn't have aged without aging this.
Okay.
So this area not functioning allowed the lower neck to get injured in the first place.
Got you.
The restoration of this mobility takes the stress off this,
Got you.
right? So the mobility is flipped when we lose the curve. So this gets all jammed up. That's part of what you're feeling up here,
Uh-huh.
is you're going, Ed, there's something
Yep.
trapped, locked, something's, and that is the cause for the syndesmophyte, the bone spurring. That's just the effect of this being tight.
Yep.
This gets tight because of forward head posture. Left shoulders high. Your head's going away from this left side. So we got an injury that so your body always
this?
tells, correct. Yeah, you're trying to get away from that left side, and now you're in translation. So I'm exaggerating, but you understand your head's off to the right because you're getting away from that left side. Now you're gonna abuse the right side because you're in left avoidance. Okay. And then look at your hips here. Hips not too bad. gosh, they're pretty level. You're about 2 inches. We got to get that head back over the shoulders.
Get the ear over.
External auditory medius over the center, and your shoulders are a little rounded forward, so it's even. It's like
Yep.
No, it's not that bad.
I've known
right,
this.
Right. But
Yep.
if I pull the shoulders back, the real extent of the forward head posture becomes noticeable.
Okay.
All right. Take a deep breath in for me. Head back for me. Let all the air out. Deep exhale. I got you. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Let the head go back. Exhale. Let the chest relax. All right, deep breath in. Let the head go back. And then exhale. Chin down now. Chin down now. Keep exhaling. Keep exhaling. Keep exhaling. Beautiful. Beautiful. Anybody got those?
I've had a lot of adjustments, not in that area.
Yeah.
Never.
I know. It's called
Ooh.
practice makes perfect. But yeah, those are tough adjustments. To get your hand in between the scapula, to get those to move. But it's crucial that we restore that mechanical mobility so we can effectively stretch. We can't, because you already have a dental, hopefully this conversation's already been had, we can't change posture through adjustments.
Yes.
Posture is changed
Yes.
through counter stretching, but its effectiveness is limited if your spine is not limber. That's the whole purpose of the table. If your back's a 2x4, no matter how much time you spend on the dental roll, it ain't gonna bend.
You want to know another thing I've been told? I have lower cross syndrome. Weak abs, right? Glutes. And so they gave me a bunch of exercises. This was a long time ago. It's like 3 years ago. I did them all, and I noticed some difference. But I understand that we're not getting the root cause of the problem.
I don't know. I believe in core loosening. I have weird ideas. I'm
I
a
know.
core loosener. I'm not saying that tight muscles can't give stability, but it's not its job.
Yeah.
Your stability and health of your spine comes from its posture, from its alignment, from the curves in the spine, the weight evenly being distributed, the ligaments, the joints, the discs. Those are what give stability to your back. Muscles destabilize us, right? If my arm is stable, if I duct tape it to the side of my body, it's stable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now if I move my arm is not as stable here as when it was,
Yeah.
right? Your car door destabilizes when you open the door,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Muscles can give stability by contracting, but I just go, gosh, guys, we can keep chasing that carrot forever. You're just weak. Your back hurts. You're just not strong
So
enough.
easy to say
You're just
that.
not strong enough.
So
You gotta
easy
get
to say
stronger.
that.
It's like we'll be chasing this Arnold Schwarzenegger, strength thing. I want your ear over your shoulder, the lumbar curve. I'm gonna put you on lumbar dental in a minute and see how much you don't like it. Yeah, right there. Oh man, yeah, it's all jammed. Let's see if we can get that a little bit. Exhale. There it is. Nice. Got it. A little bit. Deep breath. Exhale. Good. Good. We're not trying to move every bone in your spine. We're trying to adjust certain vertebrae and not move other ones. The goal of this side posture adjustment is to loosen the sacroiliac joint. I'm not trying to pop every lower back joint that could pop if I body slammed you harder. This is where all surgery happens in the lower back. And so again, like the lower neck, I don't find it beneficial to go in there and manipulate the vertebrae that are already hypermobile. So be careful in the long run of chiropractors you go through. Guys go real hard. And just, you've been through chiropractic care.
Yep.
I don't agree with chiropractors that want to adjust people. You understand?
Yes.
My hand is in your lower back.
Yeah.
Now, I'm here on the SI joint, and then this might move a little bit, and that's okay, but I'm not pushing all my force here. I'm going above.
Okay.
Right? I'm up here on your thoracic.
Yep.
Exhale. Good. Move a little bit. Get the idea? Yeah.
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, we're loosening this.
I get it.
Got it? And now we're going to go below. Exhale. Good. Good. So we're moving stress away from the lower back.
I got you.
Face up.
This is way different than the other 5 plus the physical therapist plus the massage. I mean, it's just not even close.
Doing
what
great.
I'm going through here.
You don't get to decide where your back bends. It's not like stop bending in your lower neck, stop bending in your lower back. It's not possible. It's not something I'm here to train you on how to stop chewing on certain teeth. Your body uses your spine on a volunteer basis. The loosest ones move first, the stiffest ones move last. So how do we balance the spine? We have to take the stiff ones, loosen them, and not loosen the loose ones. Because if I loosen what's loose and I loosen what's stiff, the disparity stays the same, right? And so you're still going to be moving in an imbalanced fashion. And actually, the loose area will get looser faster than your stiff area will get
You're
looser.
never supposed to do anything to the loose area. If that's your.
Well, that's my philosophy.
Yep.
And I'm going to go,
Okay.
we call it a practice, right? We are all practicing here. We're not perfect. It's not McLaughlin Chiropractic's perfect. It doesn't say perfect out there, okay? We practice. What I've seen is it's not good to continue doing stuff to areas that are injured, right? So whenever I see care focused on that, it makes me pause. I go, what are we doing here, right? My dad, a chiropractor, was injured by that. So it gets personal. I think we got to be careful whenever I get what they're doing. They're trying to retract the head, okay, but just be careful. I don't want to be going loosening up, especially I see bone spurring on your x-ray. MRI, you most likely have disc injury in there. Discs don't heal. They can, what do we say? They can be rehydrated. We can take stress off them. They can be less inflamed, okay? I want to be clear. It's like your enamel on your teeth does not regrow. We got to be careful with our words here, right? I'm going to regrow your enamel. It's like that is not possible, right? You got to stop saying, I'm going to regenerate your disc. Stop saying that. It's not even a thing. You can say rehydrate. Like Sensodyne is very careful on their toothpaste commercials. Restores your enamel. It's like, They didn't want to say regrow, right? Because they knew that would be a lie. Anyway, I'm just saying, but the disc is the most valuable structure in your spine. It's the basis for every surgery. And so every conversation you should have about your spine should ultimately be about your discs. You understand? The joints are going to scream, right? This is not disc pain. The stuff you're talking about up here is just joints and nerves. But it's not due to a disc injury. It's more due to inflammation, congestion, and clogging. So let me just fix your neck here and stop yapping. Let me just fix it. Yeah, unlock a little bit. All right, we're going to start with this right side. Less yakking, more cracking. Okay, here we go. Really gentle. I got you. Just trying to loosen this top down. A little bit, real gentle. There you go. I got you. It's just tight. Yeah. All right, we'll get it. All right, I got you. Yeah, you're jammed up here, bud. Yeah. All right, it's okay. I'll get you moving.
Okay.
Look at that it clicks around on me.
I know. I've known it.
All right. Let's go a little deeper, knuckles.
Would you recommend, I use like a Ma roller, or I have like a pyramid, rubber pyramid, and I kind of jam it in there. Should I be agitating it, or should I just? What did you recommend?
It's right at the beginning. I need it moving. Once the joint's moving, it shouldn't need as much of that, right? So the first time you get a bolt moving after it's rusted, the next time you move it'll be easier, right? It's just that first time somebody's got to break loose the threads. These are rusted hinges here, and that's my job. And then you'll be able to keep it moving with stretching and with it. But those kind of devices, my worry would be that if you put it up here, you might not even bend here. You might just bend in your lower neck more. So you end up hurting yourself. And so I usually spend 3-5 visits unlocking people so that they can safely stretch. Oh man, that is just jammed. The lower neck got injured, but then your body compensated and just put your head forward, right? So that's why my first question almost to you was, how's the arms doing? You're like, oh, they're doing fine. Okay, so you haven't gotten to...
It hasn't gotten to the point.
He's got just lower neck joint pain, but he doesn't have any radiculitis or neuritis yet because his discs aren't destroyed enough yet, right?
Now, would that be why the shoulder, there's like certain spots like that are deep in there, and you can feel that granule click thing? That's
from your shoulder being forward. So your shoulders so the thoracic outlet is opened up by forward rotation, right? So when you're pinching, if you're in the right posture and your lower neck is injured, your head will go forward, and another way to open up this lower neck is your shoulder goes forward.
Okay.
It opens up.
Yep.
It buys you 5 years.
I see it.
It'll buy you 5 years of time until you can't put your shoulder any farther forward, and now you run into the wall. It's the principle of what we call antalgia. Anta means away from, algia means pain or compensation. Your body will compensate, tilt, rotate, all these things. Let's see how much. So the Denral to me would be an emulation of this.
Okay.
Is the purpose of it like a piece of paper? If you kept folding it back and forth in the same crease, eventually the paper rips, right?
Mm-hmm.
My solution is create a new fold, right? Everybody else wants to inject cortisone shots, put a bracket, right? They want to do something to the ripping crease. I go, it just needs to be left alone. You have to learn, we have to retrain you on how to bend your neck properly.
Is that the gua sha?
Yeah, it's gonna. Wherever there's this level of tightness, there's gonna be lactic acid buildup.
Yeah.
That's the scraping, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
See it down here if you want.
You're actually getting stuff out of there, aren't you?
Gunk.
Have you had gua sha done before?
Never. This is the first time.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I was getting to the point where I was going to do it myself. No.
It's better when someone else does it.
Yeah,
If you can do
sure
it
is.
yourself.
I used to live in Seattle, and I was thinking about doing everything that you have, like kind of piecemeal, like
Mhm.
going to someone who does gua sha, going to someone who knows,
Mhm.
you know, and then, but coordinating between all those three
What a pain.
is not,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
know.
not working.
There it is. Yeah,
Oh,
just,
yeah.
you're glued together here, bud. Purpose of that, you'll see some guys doing the Y strap.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
not trying to adjust your lower neck. I'm
Yeah.
doing this for the purpose of, the bones won't rotate because they're like sandwiched together. I gotta open them up a little bit so they can
Yeah.
actually rotate on each other, right?
This is the one in the up
In the upper neck,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
And so we're trying to,
Yep.
it's like books on a shelf. They're all so smashed together, I can't even get them to pivot. So I'm trying to give me some space up here to actually get your upper neck
Doc, what do
pivoting.
you think about craniosacral? Someone said once, a chiropractor. You might want some of that.
I think all of it has its own benefit in a way. I want the most effective tool to achieve my goal, what should be our goal, which is your upper neck is moving, there is no soreness anywhere, there's no gua sha marks anywhere, and there's a curve in your neck and your ears over your shoulder, right? What's the best way to get to that? After that point, we can do whatever you want. You understand? If you want to get some craniosacral, but what's the fastest?
Yeah.
It's like you can drive to California many different roads. I'm going the most direct. Right?
That's
That
what we all
was like
want.
a Tom Cruise, like, what's the best way to get the...
I want to get to our destination as quickly as possible.
Are these connected, or are these two separate things, you know, the neck and the shoulders? I mean, I know it all connects
Sure.
at some point, but
Think of like the roots of a tree,
Okay.
right? So are the tree roots? Yes, they're connected, but they're the roots. So as the tree leans forward, the roots pop out of the ground, right? So I'm not here to stomp roots back down. I'm here to stand the tree upright.
and how do those roots connect to the upper back that's stuck, right? Is that,
These are the roots here. These
Okay.
are all roots.
okay.
These are the roots of your neck
Oh, down
into your
there.
shoulder,
Oh, dude.
Um,
Yeah.
and they'll be hurt forever and ever if your head stays forward.
Yeah.
We have to get the ear over the shoulder, get the shoulders back. Yeah. All of this is to make the spine limber and less tender. There you go. That pelvic piece lifting
Oh, wow.
helps this arch.
No
So
kidding.
now we're going to
That's
work on
unreal. Wow.
I'm going to work on you while you're arched, right?
Yeah.
To help aim you in the direction I want. And you're just jammed right here.
Wow.
That's where you're jammed. There you go. is all prep work, all prep. To putting you on a lumbar roll and seeing how much difficulty.
Yeah.
Like trying to get you as supple as possible. You've lost your, mobility, functionality of this part of your back. All right. Yeah, I don't like anything I'm feeling right here. Give me your exam findings. It's all wrong. None of this is this is a clogged gutter here, bud. This is all.
I know that.
Okay.
I've known it's pebbly right there, right? Or
Just because-
how would you describe it?
Right, just because I'm not saying anything doesn't mean I like
Gritty.
it. It's grainy,
Yeah,
right?
yep,
It's
yep.
it's tangled.
Yep.
It's not supple like it should be. Needs to be like combed hair. It's all tangled. You got to keep combing it until the comb runs through it without resistance, without snags.
I like to use that maw roller, I'll just roll up and down on it.
Beautiful,
But
yeah. Yep.
It's disappointing that I haven't been able to get more out of there.
You're gonna reach like I said, a
The
plateau.
ceiling?
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you do until you get somebody to dig and unlock
Yeah.
the next tier for you.
There you go. Yeah.
Your core is plenty tight back here. You don't need more starter core.
Yeah.
Oh, get plenty of tightness back here.
Yeah.
It's not a lack of power that I'm feeling. It's too much power. I need it softer than this.
Who in your family is on the West Coast,
That's
Anybody
right.
over there?
Oh.
Jeez.
Right. Wow.
That's where I hang out most of the time.
When I talk to other chiropractors, it's not they don't know about this. It's that they don't want to do it. It's not for lack of awareness of it.
That makes total sense.
They go, nah, no thanks. It's, they do it if they could buy a gadget that would do it for you.
Yeah.
But, I know what I like for my own body.
Yeah.
And I know what that feels like, and I go, this is just
Exactly.
not even close.
It just rattles my brain. I bought one of those. I just couldn't. It didn't matter if I put it on my foot. My brain was rattling. Enough
Can
of
you
it.
brush your hair with a vibrating ball? It's like,
Exactly.
well, it's gonna move the hairs a lot, I guess. Not gonna really comb your back though.
Well,
Not gonna really comb the hair. We're trying to comb the fibers. That's why most of these muscles move up and down. So sometimes you'll see me going this way, and
Yeah.
I'll wash out a little bit because the rhomboids do go in this direction. But most of the time, the angles of the stroking of the back is based on the fibers. The fibers mostly run up and down here, and so you're going to see
Yeah.
this kind of direction. In this direction, they kind of go laterally, so you see me go in this direction.
yep.
But we're trying to run different muscles, different muscle groups.
That area, right where you are,
Yes,
right there,
sir.
is.
Yes, sir.
I can't even believe it's that sore. That is unbelievable.
Well, they're just attachments. So the attachments
Yeah.
are never getting a break. Right? So they just, because of the position of your head to shoulder, they're being tugged
Yeah.
on all the time. It's like an engine
Yep.
that's idling at 3,000 RPMs. Yeah, engine's not gonna last long. It's gonna be pretty inflamed. You're not even shutting this thing down. The posture is putting an undue level of stress on
Yeah.
this more than what it's spec rating. That's all it is. That's all it is. And so we have to, that's why I asked you about the thoracic dental earlier. That's your next piece, is you gotta work this guy. Oh, the goodies you buried underneath here, yeah. It's like going to your kid's bedroom and like
Yeah.
vacuuming underneath their bed. Like, what's this? Oh, an old G.I. Joe. Oh, I was wondering where he went. Who put this underneath the bed? When we breathe in, the ribs rise upwards. When we breathe out, the ribs go down, right?
Uh-huh.
What happens is, what's the most common thing you'll see people do when they get scared, right? They they shrug their shoulders,
Yeah,
oh
they
crap,
tense up.
right? And we get injured we hold our breath, right?
Yeah.
And we hold it on an inhale. And so we get injured and the ligament that's supposed to pull the rib back down gets torn. And so now the rib stays in the upward position. The analogy is like a kitchen. Why do we shut the drawers in our kitchen? Why not just leave all the drawers in our kitchen open, right? That'd be easier to get all the knives out and get the cups, right? No more shutting the drawers. Just leave them all open. Well, because you're banging into them all the time, right? Right? It's not very easy to walk around the kitchen with all the drawers open, right? But somebody might approach me and go, I just leave all my cabinet doors open and just leave, because then I save energy. And that's what your body's done. It's kept the rib up, right? It's left the drawer open because it's less work. But now you're banging into stuff all the time. It hurts. Yeah, you're going to bang into the nerves if you leave these ribs in the upper position. Why do the ribs need to go back down? Why do you have to close the drawers in your kitchen?
Because your wife makes you.
Because you're that's right. I'm just saying, there's always a reason for it. There's always a reason for why we do what we do. Why did my body do that? Why did the ribs stay up? Well, the analogy back to the kitchen would be those drawers that have like an auto shut, like a little spring that would, like you open the drawer and then you let go of the drawer and it automatically shuts, right? That's the ligament. The ligament is the spring that would shut the drawer, but it's torn. You busted that spring, so now it doesn't auto shut anymore. All right. So now what do we have to do? Now I have to go in, shove the drawers, and then put duct tape to hold the door shut. Right? That's what the dental roll does.
Get a bunch of magnets.
And then hopefully that ligament will heal a little bit. And you're saying it'll actually, a spring that's supposed to auto shut now, because we've closed it, now there's less tension on that ligament and now it can actually repair. There it is. We're going to have some gua sha in a minute here, man. It's going to be a party back here.
Yeah.
Right there, yeah. Right there. The color of the mark also tells you about what's happening. Sometimes the marks will be more reddish, and sometimes they'll be more like, I don't know, we call that black, purplish. And the darker the mark is, the older the crud. It's getting real dark right here. This is more lighter red, and then this has been here a while.
That's the big trouble area there on that left side. Whenever I stretch that, it just, yo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gotta get this taken out first. Okay. This is the under the bed goodies right here.
Yeah. I can feel it. That's the rocky road right there.
Mhm.
Jeez.
You're not talking marshmallows.
No,
That's
you're not.
true, you're not talking marshmallows.
How you feeling, man?
I feel great, actually. Not too bad at all. I had some myofascial work done a while back, and that's where they were
Good. All right.
focusing.
Good. All right. Somebody knows what they're doing. Okay. Unlock this. There shouldn't be anything. You're saying you should be able to dig in there, and what do you got, Ed? You know, there's no normal tenderness in the spine. Reminds me of a girl I worked on when I was in school. She was like, "Oh, I have the normal amount of headaches." I was like, "What the heck does that mean? The normal amount of headaches? The normal is 0. Shouldn't have any headaches." But for her, she had been in pain for so long that she had just normalized. It was just normal for her body to hurt. Like, I'm not thinking about this correctly. There is no normal pain in your back. There is no normal inflammation. Inflammation is a tool that your body uses to repair things that are damaged. And how many people demonize inflammation in America? Right? We go, here's some anti-inflammatories. Right? We act as if inflammation is this enemy. It's like road repair crews. They're trying to fix the damaged roads.
Well, it doesn't look as bad as some of the other ones I've seen in your videos, but yeah, that's really
Gotta get to work.
okay.
Go back face down for me. Just in case I missed any. Breathe. The way my dad teaches this is like you're trying to tear a yellow pages. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You take a deep breath in. Relax your chest. Exhale. All right. All right, good. Okay. All right, arms down for me. Okay.
I sprained that ankle about almost a year ago today.
Okay. And that's why they had the x-rays. What? Tell me about that.
Playing basketball, actually. And it just, like that. I slid.
How tender are we talking out here?
It's not so bad. It's just, if I play basketball maybe 3 times, 3 days in a row, it's going to start bugging me.
By me pushing in here?
Yeah, none of that hurts.
Good. All right. Well, that's the main. These ligaments out here get torn when we invert.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so they're called deltoid ligaments out here. And so the main thing is to not, if they were tender, you want to work on it and find any tender spots. No, joints aren't deceiving like discs. Joints are like dogs. You can look at them and see how they're feeling, right? Discs are like passive-aggressive people in your life that smile at you and then they pass by you and they stab you in the back, right? That's a disc. He's a very deceptive son of a okay? He gives you nothing until you're being stabbed. And you're like was it Caesar, right? Et tu, Brute? Right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be my friend.
I
Sorry.
don't think we'll ever hear that analogy ever again. It's like a one-off. That was great.
Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus? Yes, me too. You're getting stabbed. Thought you were my friend. No. Have you just press back with your elbow?
Yeah, there it is. I always wondered how this one felt when I see it on
Press
video.
back, press back.
Yeah. Oh,
No, you don't have to
great.
wonder.
that feels
No.
great. Oh, they hear one? Oh, no, not yet.
Yes, it is time.
It is time.
All right, it won't be as bad. I got you. Tilt left for me. Tilt left. Okay, down there. Okay. Tilt left. Tilt head left. A little bit. It's not as bad as you think.
No, it's not at all.
Go ahead and tilt to the right for me a little bit. And then let's see here. Tilt to the right.
Ooh.
Dad heard that from over.
Dang. Love it.
All right, my friend. Let's practice over here.
All right.
Breathe, breathe, breathe. Exhale. Come on. Bend the knees. Bend the knees for me.
How much? Like, just a
That's
little?
good right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Come on.
Okay.
All right. This is a medium. This is a medium size. Okay. Where are we at here? Too difficult? You okay?
Oh, no, I can do that.
Okay. I would not put this down in the lower back. 'Cause I
Okay,
don't wanna,
right.
For the same reasons as the neck. I don't want to be.
Hypermobility.
I don't want to be going and messing around with L5.
Okay.
most likely the vertebrae that are older than you are. Let's focus on the 20-year-olds. I had an 82-year-old the other day. You know, she had surgery in her lower back, but every other vertebrae in her middle back looked 20. You know, she's 82. You know, so let's focus on the 20-year-olds. Let's stop focusing on the
You
90-year-olds.
hear that, Dad? It's not too late.
There's always, no, there's always, no, I'm serious. Very, very true. There's always young parts at the back. I've never seen the whole thing destroyed.
Wow.
I've only seen 20% of it destroyed, and 80% of it looked good. But everybody's so zoomed in, they can't see the stuff over here because they're so zoomed in on your injured areas. It's like, how are you doing today? Anyway, you know,
Have I said anything in the last week that has been exactly what he said already?
Pretty much,
I just parrot what you
He
say.
knows a lot of
I
stuff.
just parrot it.
So I
almost can't
I got this
feel where-
right over
okay.
the thumb part's here. This
Yeah.
tapered part's down into your lumbar a little bit, but I got this
Okay.
probably around T10.
Okay.
The thumb part's at
Oh, okay. It's up here. Yeah.
thoracolumbar junction areas where I'm usually targeting, or all the way up to the bottom of your shoulder blades. So, you know,
Okay.
T7, T8. Okay.
So just have it in this location.
Yeah.
for
Well,
now.
you have a range. You have a range of,
Yep.
you know,
I could be anywhere. within
anywhere in
that.
here.
Okay. Gotcha.
You'll find the most. Sometimes you can scan with, like, say, Brenda's roller or roller. You find the most sore spot, and then you target it with this,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So this can be like a generalized scanning tool to, if you just need a few minutes, you just want to loosen up your back.
Mm-hmm.
But you find that most tender spot, and then you put this guy on it, or the Danaroll, and it gives you a little bit more oomph.
Okay.
So the more pinpoint the contact, the more painful, the more deep the stretch.
Oh yeah.
You know, kind of as high as you can. Lay back, I got you.
Okay.
As high as you can, then you'll take your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You press.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. That's good.
That's what I want. I want that lower neck kind of, and then see if your head will stay there,
Okay.
and then put your hand down and take a nap. Right? But see how I'm in the upper neck there?
Yeah, that's a different feeling for sure.
Just give it a try. We're
Yeah,
practicing.
I
We're
hear you.
practicing. Okay. I'm not, like, totally against the lower neck. I think there is no weight on the spine, right? So it'd be different if you were doing extension with gravity.
Yeah.
You're laying down,
Yeah.
so you're doing extension in the lower neck, but there's no gravity on it. So, you know, it's my nitpickiness of I want to be as careful as possible to not involve your lower neck. And if we're putting direct pressure on it, but I know the guys, I disagree with even my own profession guys, okay? I know they're looking at it from the x-rays where
Mm-hmm.
it's x-ray analysis that gives them that decision.
Mm-hmm.
They base that on your picture and where to retract your head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm basing it on a symptom of surgery and
Gotcha.
abuse of my reasosoning for doing it. So
Mm.
coming from two different kind of reasonings. How's it feeling?
Well, I do feel like I can actually
Turn?
like usually when I would get to about here, it would start like.
Look at your
getting
posture
hurting
again.
here.
Look right forward. Yeah, you're definitely much more centered now.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just,
you gotta,
this just
you gotta,
feels natural,
you
right?
gotta work on that neck down roll.
Yeah.
It's leveling out. I got it. Oh, with that traction, it moved.
Right.
It just moved with me. It was the couch.
It was.
Yeah. I'm just curious. You're just so loose in that lower neck. I want to just. There we go. Good. It's moving. There's no air in it. It's just all. Good.
Ooh yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Very good. Fantastic.
Thank you
friend.
so
Very good.
much. Oh my god. Love it.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir. All right. Very good.
This is
Good
totally
job.
worth it.